of the digestive system in terms of feces. You have the external anal sphincter, the internal anal sphincter. Going back up through the alimentary canal, we can find the sigmoid colon. Now, the sigmoid colon is a section of the large intestine. Large intestine. The sigmoid colon is followed by the. Sorry.
Where start here the signal?
Usually, if they point at this region here, it's sigmoid
this region.
colon.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That's here.
You have the descending colon, transverse colon, as well as the ascending colon. Here is the cecum. And the cecum separates the ileum from the large intestine. So here we have the cecum, the ileum. In between the cecum and the ileum is the ileocecal junction. People call it valve, they call it junction, they call it valve, they call it area, they call it sphincter. There's a lot of names for it. You have
Okay, is this?
Yeah, this right here.
Is the
Ileocecal valve. You have the vermiform appendix. The staple that holds the bumps together is known as the taenia coli. The taenia coli stretches over the entire large intestine. The bumps which contract the food or digested food down are called the haustra. Haustra. So these contract. Yeah, these contract to move the food down through the large intestine.
This is the haustra.
Haustra, yeah.
Haustra. This is the taenia
coli.
Taenia coli.
Taenia coli. As we go back up through the cecum and the ileum, we finally reach an area known as the jejunum. This is your entire small intestine. The small intestine carries food down from a feature. I'm going to remove this. A feature here known as the duodenum, or the duodenum. Now, the duodenum has these folds in here called the circular folds, but in Latin it's called plicae circularis. Plicae circularis. The duodenum is where the mixture occurs between the stomach and the pancreas, as well as the liver. So here we have the pancreas. We have the pancreatic duct, and the small section of the pancreatic duct is known as the accessory duct. So these ducts, they all secrete fluid into the duodenum. Here we have the common bile duct, the common bile duct. This is the common bile duct. The opening between the common bile duct and the pancreatic duct is known as the hepatopancreatic ampulla.
This.
When you finish, when they are together.
It's the opening.
The opening.
The
Yeah.
opening.
The opening to the the opening to the
Heart, yeah, you can grab it. Yeah, hepatopancreatic ampulla. Here, so after the duodenum, the pancreas, pancreatic duct, the hepatopancreatic ampulla, the common bile duct, the accessory duct, we're going to discuss the regions of the stomach. Now, as everyone knows, the folds are known as the rugae, and they expand when there's food in the stomach, and they shrink when there is no food in the stomach, the rugae. This region of the stomach is known as the pylorus, and the pylorus has a sphincter in it called the pyloric sphincter. Pyloric sphincter. The pyloric canal, I'm not sure if that's on your list, is just referring to the space in between the duodenum and the stomach itself. So this is the pyloric canal.
And this is the sphincter. Is that?
It's just the sphincter is the actual junction here. But
How we made the difference between the sphincter canal and the
pyloric canal, the pyloric
when they
sphincter.
are asking that.
Right. When I was taking 204, I had the habit of asking my professor during the test because everything was just so small. I was like, "Are you referring to this area here, professor? You're referring to this particular structure here?" And that's how you would differentiate. I'm not sure if your professor's like that. My professor was good. Well, you do have a list though, so you probably
ask about the structure.
that would be
The structure?
that would be the
The
sphincter.
structure.
The sphincter. That's your list though, right?
Yes.
So you may not have like pyloric canal. You may just have sphincter.
We have fungal,
Cardiac,
vessel,
rugae.
valve,
You have the pylorus.
pylorus.
That's all you have to know, the pylorus. So this region here is the pylorus.
Okay.
No sphincter, no canal, but you know when you tutor like 5 different 204 classes, it's going to be a lot. All right, so here, this is the pylorus. We have the lesser curvature of the stomach, the greater curvature of the stomach. You have a region known as the cardia because it's closer to the heart. The cardia has a sphincter known as the cardiac sphincter. Some classes, they call it the gastroesophageal sphincter. Or more specifically, the lower gastroesophageal sphincter. Up here is the upper gastroesophageal sphincter. And of course, in between the two sphincters is the food pipe, the esophagus. Now, it's important to remember that the trachea and the larynx are two different things. The larynx is referring to your voice box, so this region here is called your larynx. And the trachea is at your actual windpipe, which is down here. So here's the trachea. Here's the trachea. Here's the larynx. As we ascend up towards the mouth, we can find a region known as the oropharynx. Oropharynx. Sorry. Retract that. Laryngopharynx. Laryngopharynx. As you ascend, you will find the region known as the oropharynx, followed by another region known as the nasopharynx. Here's your tongue, and your tongue has a muscle that contracts upon the tongue, known as the henioglossus muscle. Henioglossus muscle.
This.
Yeah.
And this is the tongue.
The tongue itself. For orientation purposes, here's the hard plate, the soft plate, and the soft plate contains the uvula. You have your epiglottis. And your epiglottis is attaching to the hyoid bone. Here's our friend, the mandible, just straight back from 203. And then we can finally talk about the sinuses. So this is our friend here, the sphenoid sinus, and actually this is a pituitary gland, just in case you're wondering. This is the frontal sinus. You have your superior nasal conchae and your medial nasal conchae. You also have your pharyngeal tonsil, as well as your parotid gland. Not parotid gland, I'm sorry. Submandibular gland, I'm sorry.
Excuse me, where is the fauces?
The fauces is the fauces or opening of the mouth is referring to the vestibule between the teeth or below the
Okay,
teeth.
this is
So
the
like if I
fauces.
put a filling like in here, that'd be the
This
fauces.
is the fauces.
Yeah, fauces. In Latin, it's fauces, but in English we call it the vestibule or space really.
Okay. It's not here, no.
Because in the book,
You're referring to this is the fauces, the oral
voice
cavity.
is here is where is the arch.
Okay.
I don't know exactly now where is the voice in